King of the Road Productions proudly presents the 18th anniversary episode of the Jim King of the TV show on Fox 4, the CW, Strike TV, and YouTube. Southeast Texas style. During the half hour, we'll gaze in the rear view at almost 2 decades of classic clips from our royal archive.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, I am here not to bury Jim King, but to praise him. And why not?
Sponsored by Tanner West and Texas Construction Resources. We'll feature the Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback. We'll also wear the Southeast Texas debut of Brooke Graham's new video as our King's Country Music Clip of the Week from Nashville. And Jeff Bates will be in the Royal Spotlight. Sponsored by Glenn's Express Collision. Howdy and welcome to the Jim King of the TV show on Fox 4, the CW, Strike TV, and YouTube. I'm Jim King of the Road. Man, how time flies, you're having a royal time. With this episode, we're celebrating the 18th anniversary of our one-of-a-kind entertainment extravaganza. With this magnificent milestone, we're extending our regional record for an independently produced, local entertainment-based program. We owe a huge thanks to our advertisers, all the wonderful musicians we've had the honor of working with through the years, and especially you, the royal viewer. Always remember, if you love country music, you won't find a better country music listening experience than streaming from right here in Beaumont, Texas on King's Country Internet Radio. In less than 100 years, radio has come a long, long way. We've gone from this to this. Alexa, play King's Country on TuneIn.
King's Country from TuneIn.
And this. Now you can stream us everywhere. King's Country streams the most magnificent country music mix on the planet 24/7. Stream King's Country Internet Radio on your PC, smart speaker, mobile device, or in your vehicle with the Bluetooth connection. King's Country is streaming worldwide and crystal clear on TuneIn, iTunes, Live 365, and at kingscountry.net. Don't miss the nationally recognized and multi-award winning Jim King of the Radio show, middays on King's Country at kingscountry.net. It does rule. Now ride shotgun with me as we gaze in the rear view at the last 18 years of the Jim King of the TV show. We always cruise Cadillac style, as seen and heard on Southeast Texas TV, radio, and social media. We are everywhere. Man, how time flies, and you're having a royal time. We're looking in the rear view at our very first season of the Jim King of the TV show, way back in 2006.
Extra large and turbocharged. It's the King of the Road show.
Jim King of the Road.
Hi, it's Jim King, also known as Jim King of the Road. For years, I've had a radio show on Kicker 95.1, and maybe you've read my column in the Examiner, Cruising with King of the Road. Well, now we can cruise on the TV. I remember being so thrilled about launching my own TV show back in 2006 that I broke out into a little happy dance, aka the King thing. What'd you ask me, kid?
Can I have your autograph?
I haven't been asked for an autograph in about 2 hours. Just kidding. No, nobody's asked me for my autograph all day today. What's your name?
Jace.
You having fun?
Yes.
You got stuff in your teeth. What did you eat?
A brownie.
Oh. Obviously, our production has come a long, long way from our humble beginnings 18 years ago. Here's more from our royal archives. Honky Tonk, Texas! Honky Tonk, Texas, everybody! Hey, I'm Jim King of the Road from Kicker 95.1 Radio, Fox 4 TV, KBTV, and the Examiner newspaper. Are y'all having a good time tonight? Everybody got a cold beer? Got a cold beer? Are y'all about ready for the big show? The man has had 21 #1 hits. 10 in a row. 3 Grammy nominations. He's the only country artist to ever be on Soul Train. Remember that Soul Train? 1986. He's a country music legend right here tonight at Honky Tonk, Texas. Earl Thomas Conley.
Oh, the hardest thing I've loving you.
Earl Thomas Conley, it's first I want to say it's a real honor and a pleasure to talk to you in person.
Appreciate it.
I'm a huge fan of your music, and I have been since the early 80s.
You're the reason I'm still here.
It is one of the smoothest, most soulful voices here.
Well, I don't know about that, but...
Well, Rosie would say so, and I think almost all the ladies in the house.
Oh, man, they tell me about that. The guy told us that, Mandy, can you imagine how much love I made to your song?
I want to get your folks' opinion. Have you noticed there's a lot of naked sculptures around Italy?
I like it. I like it. It's just so different. So you just get out and see.
Are you offended by any of the naked sculptures?
No, not at all.
But have you seen?
But my daughter wanted to buy a button with David on it and asked if she could wear it to school, and I said probably couldn't do it.
Would that be considered indecent?
There might be some people offended, but it's art. So
you'd probably argue that one or two of the sculptures, especially that fat man at the Mobley Gardens. Have you seen him? The one on the turtle?
No.
He should probably have some.
I've seen a picture of him.
He should probably have some Speedos on or something.
Maybe. At least. He's okay. I haven't seen it, but I'm sure it's all right.
David's like butt naked still. He's still just fine.
Yeah. One of the greatest guitar players of all time. I think Rolling Stone said you were top 100.
Yeah. I didn't like my place. I was like 60. I thought I should have been in the top 10.
We think you ought to be number one.
I'd like that too.
I guess we're ready to rock.
Hail to the king.
This segment is sponsored by Tanner West and Texas Construction Resources. When it comes to land clearing, dirt work, excavation, or custom ponds in Southeast Texas, there's only one name you need to know: Texas Construction Resources. Owner Tanner West and his very capable crew have the equipment and experience to handle any job. Give them a call at 409-782-6438. TCR also specializes in site prep, house pads, land clearing, demo, driveways, and much more. Call Texas Construction Resources in Tanner West, 409-782-6438. Still to come, we'll air the Southeast Texas debut of Brooke Graham's new video as our King's Country Music Clip of the Week from Nashville. We'll feature the Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback. And Jeff Bates will be in the Royal Spotlight. Sponsored by Glenn's Express Collision on West Cardinal Drive in Beaumont. Next, we'll conclude our gaze in the rear view at almost 2 decades of this entertainment extravaganza.
You're cruising in the King's Caddy.
King of the road.
Fulfill your need for speed with remote control fun from Holcomb Hobbies at 2615 Cardinal Drive next to Glenn's Express Collision in Beaumont, Texas. At Holcomb Hobbies, you'll find a huge selection of remote control trucks, cars, boats, and dragsters, along with all the parts and accessories you'll ever need.
You can upgrade everything on them. You can upgrade wheels, tires, motors, servos, which is your steering. You can do lift kits, suspension. Anything you can do to a real truck, you can do to these pretty much.
Holcomb Hobbies, 2615 West Cardinal Drive in Beaumont, Texas, next to Glenn's Express Collision.
We are World Gym. Let's rock.
Since Tina Bean started 5-Star Feeds in Port Arthur over 22 years ago, it's become a friendly neighborhood feed store and much more. Kind of like the general store of the good old days.
I think so. I try to be like it used to be. When I was young, going to feed stores and everything, it's, when people come in here, I want them to feel like they're walking into my house, where they feel welcome. So we try to keep it like that.
5-Star Feeds in Port Arthur, Texas. Cruise to Larry's Old Time Trade Days in Winnie, the first weekend after the first Monday of every month. Larry's Old Time Trade Days, where you can find it here. It's our 18th anniversary and the 935th episode of the Jim King of the TV show. It seems like just yesterday we were celebrating our 500th episode.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, I am here not to bury Jim King, but to praise him. And why not? 500 shows, locally produced, locally marketed, and a tremendous success. But Jim will tell you it wasn't easy in the beginning. There were those who felt he didn't have the chutzpah, maybe the wherewithal to do the show. Some suggested Gary Lee Love or Al Caldwell. But fortunately, Jim hung on. And even when the show became so successful in the market, there were others who came forward and said, you know, he's just not a pretty face. Maybe a Bubba Pate, possibly a Buddy Johnson could fill that bill. But Jim stuck to his guns, and here we are today, a tremendous success. I'm Jack Piper, and I salute you, Jim King. You've done something that really will stand out, and I hope you do 500 more.
Thanks, Jack. Won't be long before we reach 1,000. Here's more from our 500.
I'm so excited for my friend Jim King. I mean, when you think about it, 500 shows, 10 years, and Jim and I go way back. I mean, I was just a young child when I heard him on Kicker back in 1999. I said, you know, when I grow up, I want to be just like Jim King. And here I am, I get to talk about him. I am so excited. When I say that, I'm not exaggerating. I think about how hard Jim worked to make this such a successful operation. And when you look at all that he's done, the people that he's interviewed, the things that he's done for our community, very few people fall into the same category as Jim, King of the Road. And that is the reason they call him the King of the Road.
King of the Road.
Kentucky Headhunters, the Grammy Award-winning Kentucky Headhunters. I think it's your first time here at Honky Tonk, Texas.
I believe it is. As far as I know.
We're close to Beaumont, though, aren't we?
Yes, you have a lot of fans in Beaumont, thanks partly because of our TV show that we've featured you on so many times.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, last time we saw you was in Louisiana. It's probably 5-6 years ago, and you're like in our royal archives now.
Hey, man. Well, you're the king, man. You got that's the coolest cowboy hat I
think it is, too. I'm not a real king. I just play one on TV once a week.
Well, that's all right. That's another thing.
Or 3 times a week.
You ever wear that in a bar anywhere?
Yeah.
Did you ever get in trouble?
No. Can you believe I never got my ass kicked?
I can't believe it. If I was to put that on my head and walk in a bar with a cowboy hat on, they'd take me out.
In our case, we bought a home and he visited, but he rented it. And so we stayed in touch and involved with each other, the rest of his life. I have a little history with Beaumont. My parents invested in some oil wells in Beaumont when I was just a teenager, and we knew we were going to get oil rich, but it never happened. I don't know what happened, but I've never forgotten Beaumont. Anyway, good to talk to you, man. Congratulations on your success, and I like your crown. You've earned it.
King of the Road.
Here comes this week's Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback. It's really cool that you knew Elvis Presley. I'm standing next to a guy that knew Elvis. You've probably been to his home in Memphis.
I lived at Graceland for 7 years.
Did you really?
I sure did. Yeah.
Was he still alive then? Or?
Oh, no. He was, very much so. I met Elvis when I was 15 years old at a skating rink. He took me under his arm, and we became friends. And matter of fact, he gave me my first tour bus. Just wrote a check.
1976.
Yeah. Hey, you've done your homework. And matter of fact, there's a song on my new album that I've done that is kind of an anthem. And it's a song called The Day Elvis Died. Okay. And it's going to be a great record, I think. But no, I did a concert at Graceland back in July, and I'm scheduled to do another concert at Graceland this coming August. So, yeah, those were great years with Elvis.
What kind of guy was he?
Well, you know, I asked him one day, I said, Elvis, how does it feel to be you? He said, you crazy? Feels great. He was just a guy like you or me, Jim, or anybody that's watching this. There was no ego.
King of the Road.
That was this week's Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback.
The Texas honky tonk. There's no place like home.
Since 2008, Honky Tonk Texas in Silsbee, Texas has featured a steady stream of the very best in local, regional, and national touring bands. Pack up your posse and boot scoot over to Honky Tonk Texas for great concerts, dancing, drinking, and dining. Of course, steak night is every Thursday, and don't forget about the Honky Tonk Grill. Visit them online at facebook.com/honkytonktx and at honkytonktexas.us. Honky Tonk Texas in Silsbee has been entertaining Southeast Texas since 2008. Where have you been?
We are World Gym. Let's rock.
As a RE/MAX agent, Suzanne Simmons is dedicated to helping her clients find the home of their dreams. Whether you are buying or selling a home or just curious about the Southeast Texas market, Suzanne would love to offer her support and services. Call her today at 409-880-5307.
Gonna head down to the coastline and have a little me time. King of the road.
Brooke Graham, the queen of trop rock we've got here today, and she's got a new video called Me Time. I love your videos. They kind of give you a Caribbean island feel.
Yes, sir.
Even though we're down here in the Gulf Coast, and I think it's something my listeners can really relate to, Me Time. At first, I thought it was our Gulf Coast here in Texas, but I took a better look and saw that blue water, and I knew it must have been Florida. Because you did do another video in our neck of the woods with the brown water.
With the brown water, the good old Gulf waters, yes,
We're
sir.
on the dirty edge of the Gulf Coast here in Beaumont, Texas. It must be something in the water here in the Gulf Coast because you're down there in Port Aransas area, and we're here in Beaumont, and we've had all kinds of music stars emerge from here as well, and you're making a name for that area now. Rockport, Port Aransas area?
Yes, sir. They've given me what do they call it? Honorary residency because of the amount of people we bring to the island during the beach bash. So it's I get the honorary residency down there.
How would you describe your music? It's not really traditional country. Could it be crossover, maybe Americana?
I've been pegged Americana. I've been pegged the trop rock. I think the easiest way to put it is like a female Jimmy Buffett. I've been called Jenny Buffett a lot. So it's got a country flair, but there's a conga drum somewhere in there, which is I mix it up.
Did you get to hang out with Jimmy Buffett while he was alive?
Man, I didn't. I got close. He I was in Key West performing, and I ran into the lady that used to nanny his kids. And she's a big fan of my music, and she passed it on to him. And he actually on the boat listened to it, and she sent me a picture of them a video of them listening to my song, and that was good enough. He said that I would make Mac McAnally proud with my songwriting, so that was cool.
Well, your songs also remind me a little bit of the Bellamy Brothers. Has anybody ever told you that? They went through a period where they had a little bit of tropical vibe to their music.
Man, I'll take that. I love the Bellamy Brothers.
It's a fun video. I love the laid-back attitude of your music. It's all about fun and getting and laid back and partying a little bit. It's party music, isn't it?
It is Well, it's sunshine. I feel like I'm out there to sell the sunshine. So no bad days.
Here comes Brooke Graham with Me Time as our King's Country Music Clip of the Week from Nashville.
on a midnight highway, wishing you were sitting beside me, but you ain't. Half-smoked joint snuffed out in my ashtray. That ought to get me to port, eh? I only think about it when I'm high on red wine. The rest of the day I seem to be just fine. Gonna head down to the coastline and have a little me time. I dare that tide to reach my chair. I don't even want nobody knowing I'm down here. I came to free my mind and have a little me time. Invite that sand between my toes, maybe get a little sunburn on my nose. Chill out, we'll see how it goes. Hanging with the Gulf of Mexico. Troubles in the sand today and smiled as the tide washed them all away. I dare that tide to reach my chair, ended up being my best friend down there. Headed home, my mind's all clear. Port A, see you next year.
In less than 100 years, radio has come a long, long way. We've gone from this to this. Alexa, play King's Country on TuneIn.
King's Country from TuneIn.
And this. Now you can stream us everywhere. Stream King's Country Internet Radio on your PC, smart speaker, mobile device, or in your vehicle with your Bluetooth connection. King's Country is streaming worldwide on TuneIn, iTunes, Live 365, and at kingscountry.net. It rules. Coming up next, Jeff Bates will be in the Royal Spotlight. Sponsored by Glenn's Express Collision on West Cardinal Drive in Beaumont. King of the Road. When it comes to land clearing, dirt work, excavation, or custom ponds in Southeast Texas, there's only one name you need to know. Texas Construction Resources. Owner Tanner West and his very capable crew have the equipment and experience to handle any job. Give them a call at 409-782-6438. TCR also specializes in site prep, house pads, land clearing, demo, driveways, and much more. Call Texas Construction Resources in Tanner West, 409-782-6438. Cruise to Larry's Old Time Trade Days in Winnie, the first weekend after the first Monday of every month. Larry's Old Time Trade Days, where you can find it here.
Think about it, Lord have mercy. I was gonna get up early, go to work and get a head start on the day. Then I thought about it and rolled back over. You Woke up and you got a little closer. Now there ain't no job gonna take me away from those green eyes full of I love yous, and those soft lips saying you want me to, holding your body, feeling your warm, smooth skin. That's what I get, baby, that's what I get for sleeping in. Listen to it, girl, it's raining. No, baby, I ain't complaining. That's one more reason for us to stay right here. Listen to me, there ain't nothing worth leaving your kind of loving. In your arms, the whole world disappears into those green eyes full of I love yous, and those soft lips saying you want me to, holding your body, feeling your warm, smooth skin. That's what I get, baby, that's what I get for sleeping in. Just think about it.
Glenn's Express Collision on Cardinal Drive in Beaumont has been family owned and operated for more than 30 years, and they are recommended by most of the major insurance companies. Here's Glenn's Express Collision owner, Michael Holcomb.
Most of our jobs are referrals from insurance because we're tightly niched with those specific insurance companies. They trust us as a shop because they know we're going to treat the customer right, we're going to do the repair right, and we're going to be here for when the customer needs to come back.
Glenn's Express Collision, 2615 West Cardinal Drive in Beaumont.
Nestled between Beaumont and Lumberton, Texas, is the beautiful Book Nook Inn Bed and Breakfast. It hosts visitors from around the world. Locals love it also as a quick, relaxing getaway from their everyday life. Swimming, fishing, viewing a movie in its unique theater room, and more awaits them at the inn. It's also a premier wedding venue. Many couples have exchanged vows in front of its gazebo or its event room. Book Nook Inn hosts reunions, vow renewals, murder mysteries, and more. We hope soon you'll be our guest at Book Nook Inn.
Advertising on the King of the Road Show HD is effective and affordable. For more information, call us at 748-9689 or email Jim at jimkingoftheroad.com.